Hey guys, I'm here to show you how to make a Cobra Paracord. And what we're going to use is black camo and neon green. You got 5 feet of each of them. You're going to fuse them together. You check out our other video for it. We got this 1/2 inch clip here we're going to make it off of. First, you're going to send the 2 ends that are not attached through the clip. And then after you get that through, you're going to want to pull it through as far as you can. Don't pull it all the way out. And then when you get this fuse part over to the end, then you're gonna run these 2 strings through it. That'll make your first knot into your clip. All right, now we got that going. So once I put these through here, then we're gonna pull it tight. That way you have your first knot and it's nice and tight. It won't break on you. Make sure it's good and tight now. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and grab our other clip after you've made sure yours is on there nice and tight. Alright, now we're going to put these 2 through the little loop there. Make sure you get them both in there. Then you want to slide it down or make sure that you can clip it. You don't want your clips on there backwards. If they're on there backwards, then you got to take it off and restart it. Okay, now we're going to pull these things through so that way we can measure out how big your wrist is. So what you're going to want to do is, after you pull it all the way through, you're going to put your wrist in between both of them. That way you can actually get off your wrist. You're going to want about maybe 2 fingers width in between your wrist and the bracelet. That way after it's all tied up and knotted, then it'll still fit you. And it won't be loose, because you don't want a loose bracelet. Okay, after you made sure it fits your wrist, you're going to take the end of the first one. So we're going to start with the black camo. We're going to put it through the opposite side of what you first put it through. That way you can make a little knot with that side. You're going to put it on the exact same side that it's already on. So got 2 black camos there, and the other side when we get to that we'll have 2 neon green. So once you start feeding that through, we're going to pull it nice and tight, because that's going to be the knot on this side. So now you're going to want to grab your other string, feed it through. And with these 1/2 inches, these are going to be the best ones to be able to do this part. You got plenty of room in there to feed your paracord through. So now you got this other side in. You're going to want to pull it nice and tight, because now you have 2 knots. So now you have the start of your bracelet. After it's all knotted together, then you'll have our Cobra Paracord Bracelet. Make sure that the ends still fit. Make sure you're still doing it right. Alright, now here's where we start making the bracelet. You're going to take the first side. I'm going to use the neon green side. You're going to want to fold it under. Alright, and then you're going to want to take your black camo or whatever color you're using, and you're going to want to put it over. Remember, the neon goes under, and then this one's going to go over, and you're going to put it through the hole there. Then you're going to pull that all the way through. The first knot's always the hardest, guys. So after you get it through, and then you wait when you get it to this point. So now you have 2 holes. You have 1 string going through the other hole. And then you're going to want to take the other string and put it through the other hole that the other side just made. So I'm going to put the neon up through the black camo now. And now we're going to want to pull it tight. Make sure you go easy on this one, because you have a lot of string you're dealing with right now. Alright, make sure you make it nice and tight. Make sure it looks nice. Alright, and now when you get to the second part, you go the opposite way. So since I went under with the neon, I'm still going to go under with the neon once again. Okay? So now take the side that you started with, and then take it back to the other side. Make your nice little loop again, and then go ahead and feed the other side through that. Make the bubble on that side again, and then you're going to want to put the neon back through underneath the black camo. And now we have our second knot inside the bracelet. So make that nice and tight. And then you're going to want to do the exact same thing again. As you can see there, we're starting up on the knots. Alright, so now we're going to take the neon underneath and then the camo back over top. Then we're going to feed the neon underneath through the camo loop. We're going to make that tight. And we're just going to keep repeating this process through the entire way down. Okay, so now we got the neon loop underneath, the black camo going on the top again. Still got the neon, or the camo loop on the other side. So now we got both our loops. Now we're going to feed the neon green back through it. Tighten that. Now if you're lost at this point and yours doesn't look the same, then make sure you're still going opposite side each time. If you do it the exact same side the whole time, then it's going to look different. So now we got the neon underneath, camo going down, and you're going to pull the neon through the camo once again. We're going to keep doing this all the way down. Alright, we're going to go ahead and fast forward it from here, and that way when we get closer to the end, I'll keep showing you how to do the end. It's always simpler when you use the two different colors because you just have the same color going, the same color going underneath the entire time. Then the other color will go on the other or on top every time. It's the easiest way to remember it. So if this is your first one and you're doing just a solid color, you might want to try and do the multicolor because it's a lot easier to remember. Alright, so now we're almost coming to the end of our bracelet. We don't have much room left on the bracelet portion. You're like, oh no, we got all this extra string. What are we going to do? Don't worry, I'll tell you how to do it. Alright, so when we get to the end, you only want a little bit of space left. So you're going to cut them, and then you're going to make sure there's enough room. When you cut them, you want to make sure that there's enough room to solder them together because you're going to solder them from underneath. Just like how we fused the two colors together. You're just going to fuse these two and that'll be the final knot so that way your paracord bracelet won't break. Alright? So we're going to take the lighter. We're going to melt the paracord down. You want to hold it for at least 15 seconds. This is a lot easier than the fusing portion of it because these ones are a lot less to deal with. Alright, so you're going to want to put them together. And then push them down so that way it's flat with the rest of the bracelet because the part that's melted will stick down onto the other part of the bracelet. See, now we have a cool Cobra Paracord Bracelet. Thank you for watching our Cobra Paracord video. Make sure you subscribe and check out our other videos.